Maybe this will help. Will this help you?
Don't forget the maybe, baby. Don't forget the maybe, baby.
All I'm saying is we need to get in the studio.
It's showtime.
Welcome to another episode of Maybe This Will Help.
Don't forget the maybe, baby.
If you are 40 and you are 40 plus, it's time to leave them young girls alone and get you a woman who understands the signs of a stroke. Start rewarding inconsistency with unavailability.
So everybody's going to be consistent at doing something.
That time, you confuse a lesson for a soulmate.
Bible never tells a woman to love a man. You're supposed to love her. She's not supposed to love you back at the same level.
Because when you have all these contingencies, you're not saying, I'm not going to love you. I'm not going to let God love you through me.
So somebody told me a long time ago, they said, look, before you go on a date with someone, release first. He said, release first, so that way, when you go on that date, now you're not just looking at them through sexual eyes. You can clearly see what that person is saying and what that person is doing.
But what if the kind of brother that gets sleepy after?
You can trust them to be themselves.
Nah. What's up, fellas? What, Dub? You got your own music playing, bro?
Hey, yeah, I did. I had it in the background a little bit in my mind.
What would you sing? Was you singing the theme song, bro?
No, I was singing. You don't need no other body.
Hey, you don't need no other body. Only you can touch my body. Touch my body.
Asian? Are you Asian?
A little bit. Thailand. You could touch my body and my F1.
What about Mike? Are you muted?
Yeah, Mike is having a hell of a conversation with himself because ain't nobody here.
He's like,
he was going in too on mute. My brother, the master of ceremony, the Mikeless master. Fellas, it's all four of us, man. What's the deal?
What's up, Joe?
Welcome to another wonderful episode of Maybe This Will Help, the podcast. Don't forget the maybe, baby.
Don't forget the maybe, baby. Maybe this will help. Will this help you, Mike?
Did you sing Dub's part? You're rude.
It's on everybody's part.
Hey, listen.
That's
Mike,
his part.
Mike, how about you sing my part?
How about it, Mike?
Wow. See, Dub, I'm trying to have your back, and this is.
Well, anyway,
Lower your octave.
A wonderful episode of Maybe This Will Help.
Don't yell at my brother. You saw him just get his black belt. Don't raise your voice. He gonna raise his foot.
Listen, I saw him get his black belt, and I saw what he did.
Hey, hold on, wait. I mean, I know y'all speaking prophetically, you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't a black belt just yet. You know what I'm saying?
It might as well have been. What I saw, it might as well have been.
Only got a brown belt around our jeans. You got a black belt.
Hey.
we just calling it how we see it, bro. To us, it says danger is what it says, man.
Man, stay dangerous.
I don't want no trouble. I don't want no problem.
I don't want no problems, but if you want problems, there's no problem. Hey, just for just old time, just old time's sake, man. Just nostalgia. Kerry, can you open up the show, bro? Just get in your classic DJ voice, bro.
What it is, man. Welcome to another wonderful episode of Maybe This Will Help, the podcast for four wonderful gentlemen. Well, you're not 40 yet, Mike, but almost 40.
Not another week of Mike not being 40. It's welcome to another week of Mike not being 40.
We're trying to help, maybe this will help.
God is good. God is good.
Well, ain't he? Listen, welcome to another wonderful episode of Maybe This Will Help, where we give our point of view, our experiences from our side.
You're a little rusty, huh?
Well, I was in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yet. All right.
What happened? Where'd they go? Did they delete each other?
I got nothing.
That is people out here waiting to hear. You okay, bro? What happened? Mike did it. Did Mike do it? Mike came in with violence today.
I woke up.
Violence today, except me.
I woke up and choked it. Yeah.
You woke up and choked it?
Chose it. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. First person you was violent with was yourself. Like, get your ass over here. Man, don't manhandle yourself. Listen, let's check in, fellas, so we can get into this show. Mike, you want to go first? And we talk about
nothing to say. Nope. I don't got nothing to say. Nope.
Self-abuse. I'll check in. Me and Dub will check in. Okay, I need to discuss what just happened. I don't know. I didn't read it all, but don't need to read it all.
I don't know what happened.
Oh yeah, I wasn't there. Why don't you find out? Fill us in on the information. Fill us in on the information. Okay. Man, for me, this was a good week, man. Damn, I wanted to say I had another highlight of the week, but my highlight was really today. Me and Dub got to roll out to Oceanside to do a photo shoot for Lace by SMV. Nice. Yeah, I know. Nice. I'm a photographer, contracted with them to do all their shoots. We're doing a bikini line coming up this summer. And me and Dub done a lot of photo shoots together. He used to be my oil boy back in Texas. He oil up all my models. And Carrie don't want to be a part of that. Yeah, all the models. He used to oil them up.
Well, I just put him on the hotline. You called him your oil boy. I didn't like it. Don't talk to my brother like that.
I'm gonna have to agree with Carrie on that one. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, didn't ask either one of y'all what y'all thought. But
we have the ability to make sure that he's going as well.
This brother here. Listen here, man. Just stay on the show and stay out the hospital. That's all I'm praying for you. So let's do it like I'm sorry.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. I gotta get this in. You ready? Emotional damage.
Wow. I love you, man. I love you. Jesus Christ. Damn. I really do want you to stay out of the hospital, though. I don't like it when you go in there. But you're going to check in when you check in. My highlight this week is just getting some brother time in. We got to go out there. We've been shooting all day, man. Literally just got in the house maybe 30 minutes ago from this photo shoot and just got back here, just praying on the way back just about this ministry we get to dive into, man, on this show. And one of my favorite things in life is road trip conversations with Dub, man. When we have our road trips from Texas to Oklahoma or up to San Diego, wherever we have to go, we have some of the best conversations, man. We walk away from them like with new insight, bro. It's like every time it's like those are some of my most valuable moments in life. So that was a highlight for me this week, man. Fellas, y'all want to check in?
I'll check in. So I had a couple highlights this week. Obviously, my first highlight was not just getting another belt in martial arts, but having my family, my support system show up for me so thick and so tough. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there was just, it was amazing, man, for me. Like I got out the car and I seen Mike, you know what I'm saying? Because I was parked right next to Mike. And then I go inside and, you know what I mean? I'm just there stretching, trying to do my thing. Then I turned around and I see everybody. I'm like, oh, wow, this is good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely made me happy, man. It definitely put a smile on my face, man. And I was just so grateful and just so appreciative. You know what I'm saying? That to see everybody there to support me, man, and just, just be there, see me doing my thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate my accomplishments, just being there. And then, just like what you was talking about, Donnie, just being able to spend that time, those road trips, we have these conversations, man, and they just be so in depth, man. And just so, like it's always good stuff, man. It's always good stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Like that was definitely the highlight of my week. You know what I mean? Getting my belt and, you know what I mean? Having you guys just there to support me like you guys were. And then, being able to do this photo shoot, it just reminded me of, you know what I mean? Even when you first started photography, you know what I'm saying? Just like the little things, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. Other than that, man, I had a busy week. You know what I mean? Things are flowing. You know what I mean? Things are definitely flowing. I thank God that, all of you guys are progressing in the areas that you are that you guys are going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I constantly, I'm so happy. You know what I'm saying? I'm genuinely happy for all of you guys. You know what I'm saying? With everything that's coming up, and I'm ecstatic. You know what I'm saying? And I stay keeping us covered in prayer. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that's going on, you know what I'm saying? Like we always be worried if, you know what I'm saying, Carrie, if you say, hey, I'm not feeling good, I'm in the hospital or whatever's going on, and we keep you covered. And the first thing is like, dude, hey, we on our way. You know what I'm saying? We on our way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I just appreciate the love and the support of this circle, man. It's one of them things that's it's awesome.
Well, this is what it looks like. Look at that right there. Look at that right there. Hey, that's the only thing we need to show from that night as of right now. Nobody need to talk about nothing else that happened. Nothing else of importance happened.
We got some behind the scenes footage. I'm just saying if the people may want to see that, I'd pay to see it.
Mike told me he was deleting the footage because didn't nobody need to know that Harold could
change my mind. Change my mind.
I changed my mind because you saw what he did to me.
Yeah,
that brother did a demonstration. That tongue sui he practiced, man, it worked, man. It worked. Carrie, Mike, which one of y'all want to check? Carrie don't like the conversation tonight. You don't like nothing about the conversation tonight. I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
My week was good, man. I had a ton of highlights this week, actually.
I hope it wasn't tongue sui.
Wasn't tongue pseudo. Not tongue sui, tongue pseudo.
Close enough.
Whatever it is with the tongue, I don't want it.
Number one finger. What you got, Mike? What happened this week, man? Talk about it.
You're disrespectful.
Damn it.
Did Mike freeze? Or he just gave up on the show? He just gave up.
His internet is leaving too.
Let the internet out. Close the door. You let the internet out. Go ahead and check in, Carrie, until Mike can make it back.
Well, listen, I'm just glad that God sees fit to heal me every time something goes wrong.
Right.
Blessed to be able to travel with this career and be able to advance the kingdom in what I do. And sometimes the adversary decides that he wants to give you a little complication during. I did spend almost 3 days in the hospital after Sunday. That's why my voice is stripped. I had some congestion in my lower lungs. Thank God it was no COVID. Thank God it was no pneumonia. But I hate the way my brother has his bread. It was just sitting there, bro. I didn't like it. It was one of those, even when you're taking care of yourself, and people, I'm saying this to say, be honest with yourself about how you feel. Don't always think that it's nothing, I can get over it. I'm glad that I was able to go to the hospital. I was a little bothered that I had to stay and some things had to change during the week based on, but having the ability to have insurance, be able to be taken care of, and know that you have a circle that at the drop of a dime is willing and ready and able to be where you are to give you the assistance that you need, even if they drop you at the front door. Bottom line, they're there. You know what I mean?
It was all out of love. I dropped you out of love. I apologize. Anybody who knows the story knows that I went to pick up Carrie from the hospital, literally pick him up, put him in my truck, and then drive him to the house. And I got him all the way to the front door and dropped him on the porch because I had muscle fatigue. Okay. Muscle fatigue is what happened. Brother, I had him in my arms, and then I sat him on my knee like a puppet, and he just collapsed. Brother had had nothing in his leg, nothing.
He lost all hip control.
Waist down, I had absolutely nothing, like no cap.
Somebody said something about waist down on this show. You know what happened?
Oh Jesus! Oh my God! So, Mike, how was your week?
Yeah, Mike, how was your week, bro?
Week was good, man. Started off the week. My kid had an awards assembly, so he got a couple awards. So So that was definitely a highlight. Wednesday, I got a surprise visit from my brother Kerry. Came over and hung out at the house, which is always good when one of my brothers just pop up and you know, it rejuvenates. You know what I mean? It's a good feeling, man. And so we chopped it up for a little bit. The following night, went out to see my brother Dub, as he spoke about, and watched him get his rainbow belt. And after that, no, it's the, meaning it was a lot of colors. It wasn't just the red. It was the red.
No. You're not gonna disrespect. You're not gonna disrespect me like that, brother. You are not about to disrespect me like that.
You right,
nigga.
Hey. You're right.
Nope.
So that was fun. And then over the weekend went to Arizona and hung out with some friends and Jay, and yeah. So now I'm back in the city.
Oh, by the way, shout out to my best friend, also part of my circle. Happy 40th birthday, man. We all love you. It's been a great day chilling with my folks. She made sure that my 40th last year was amazing, and we tried to do the same today, man. I'm sorry that things got changed because of the hospital visit, but we up from here. Fellas, y'all ready to get into it?
I think we're ready to get into it, man. I think we are ready to get into it. Do one of y'all fellas want to get into it, or I got the first one?
Let's go.
All right, cool. I'll start the first one off like this. My brother put this in. I think this is a good idea. Mike, you want to read it?
Yes, sir. All right. Let's see. I'm getting old. Let me enlarge the screen.
Oh, geez.
Damn.
Listen. All right. So the first one, talking. Definition of talking would be we've exchanged numbers, do things on a friendship level, and maybe even had sex. Testing the waters to see if it's a growing interest. Dating is defined as we are spending time together doing various activities, movies, bowling, concerts, dinner, etc., as friends with a mutual interest in each other, but we still are allowed to talk to other people. Dating exclusively. We are dating, however, we have cut off all other people we're interested in to focus on us getting to know each other better. Relationship, we have made a mutual agreement to become a couple. It's just you and me, point blank, period. Some of y'all need this because your understanding about these things be crossed up and twisted up like crazy.
Wow. So, that's how we're gonna start the show, man. I like
it.
I'm here for it.
Keep it up for a second so everybody could read it as we go through. So number one, I think this is one person's definition. Who gave this, him or her?
Wait a minute. I got to see your face when you say this. I'm sorry. Just go ahead. Who?
No, I'm just saying. Who gave
in the
him,
hell?
Who in the God?
Come on, old man. Come on, old man.
Right. So I just think that it's kind of interesting that you know each one of these topics is defined, and I feel like they can be defined in each one of the stages of, you know, going from getting to know someone all the way to becoming in a relationship. But I feel like the definitions of each are that one person's experience or how they feel that it should be. It's not necessarily true for everybody like that. Some people go from I met you and now we together next week and we together for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
I mean, it just depends on the couple, really.
One of my friends told me, oh, go ahead, Kerry. Mine is just real quick. One of my friends told me that me not really subscribing to a lot of the normal titles that help people understand where they are kind of makes it a little difficult or complicated, like liking me or getting to know me or whatever you want to call it, you know, because I don't really use those titles or those labels and whatnot. And I had to sit and think like, man, my goal is not to be confusing or complicated, but I really don't agree with how things have been labeled or subscribed to. So I got to find a way around it. So I'm really interested in hearing what y'all feel like I said about this conversation. So maybe I can find my way. Kerry?
I'm not really sure that there's a defined way in this. I do think that, just like Mike said, it's defined down to the person, but it's also something that you say all the time, Donnie. You have to have these uncomfortable conversations with people. You have to have these conversations that define what it is that we see. Because as to where, to you guys, a date to go have cookie a date to go have cookies could be someone else's going to Morton's and having dinner. You know what I'm saying? As meaningful as that may be to someone else because it's an expensive dinner, to Donnie and a Shinkashay, this could be something.
Who? Okay.
To Donnie and whoever. That was the point of me saying that, but that could be something
Put me out there.
It definitely has to be defined to the person. And what you were saying earlier, Mike, about levels, I don't think that a lot of people are actually saying that you got to go through those steps, because you're right. They can go from talking to exclusively dating. But again, all of this comes down to your level of communication with the person that you're in this with. Nobody else matters about what they think. Like Donnie, you could be as weird as you want about it or feel a certain way about it, but you can meet
somebody. I caught that too, Mike.
You can meet somebody that can have that same quote unquote weird feeling, and that can be the norm for y'all. You get what I'm saying?
Amen.
Somebody else's weirdness is your norm, or somebody. And the funny thing is, what we think nowadays is the norm is really the weird shit.
Who want to answer this question right here? So recently, I recently asked a man that I guess I'm in a talking stage with that I don't want to sleep with a person who's sleeping with other people. Am I mixing up my labels?
For me, I don't think that you're mixing up labels. I think that it has to be defined by you guys. That is your label. So, that's like somebody telling you, that's like somebody else defining your love. You can't define somebody else's love. Like how Mike loves somebody is not how somebody else may love someone. It's all in communication. Yeah, I agree with that. The ideal is what you make it. It's your body.
Is. I've been asked multiple times, what are we doing? And I know that, you guys know how I am. I'm not on here trying to highlight just my best qualities. I'm also here trying to express, my struggles and whatnot. But I've been asked multiple times, what are we doing? And my response is usually like, man, just trust me. I was practicing, just trust me. I was practicing abstinence. So it wasn't like I was trying to sleep with you, but whatever I was trying to do, I just trust me, man. I promise you it'll be worth it. Whether we end up in a relationship or not, it's going to be a benefit to your life. So what you got, Mike?
Yeah, I think as your brother, I think for me, nah, because a person, I'm investing in a person, you know what I mean? And this is time, this is effort, this is, you know what I mean? Sometimes financially, and we're investing because, you know what I mean? Sometimes that's what it takes to get to know a person, especially the time part. And for some reason, whatever the breakdown is in communication or whatever happens, in my mind, I'm not sure where we are, what we're doing. And I come to you on a serious conversation. I say, hey, I can feel that everything is going good, but I'm just curious to see, what is the actual direction that we're trying to go to. And then that person says, nah, just trust me.
Yeah. But it goes back to what Carrie said, some people may be like, nah, I can't do that. And somebody else might be like, all right, I'll give that a shot.
But usually in dating, this person doesn't know you enough for them to trust you. So for you to ask, that's a tall order to ask somebody that doesn't know you from Adam.
Trying to get to know me is a tall order too. Getting access to me is an even taller order.
But nobody knows that. But nobody knows that at the gate.
Trust me. And I'm not offended when people have told me, no, I can't do that. That's cool. It's like Carrie said, it ain't for everybody. Am I asking for blind trust? Am I asking for a tall order? 100%.
So because some people start off with an A and you lower your grade, and some people start off with a C and you gotta up your grade to an A. It just depends on who you are and how you do things. As long as there is communication, because the problem that I have is the assumptions. People make assumptions like, oh, well, things change. You didn't ask. All you got to do is ask. And
I'll say Carrie agrees with Carrie Webb agrees with Mike. Amber kind of agreeing too. I would like you to show me what's worth trusting. And even DTF said that could be looked at as bullshit. Make it simple and clear. Listen, trust me or don't. That's really all I have for you. And so, if you have any confusion about that, you can go to God and he'll tell you what to do. If he say don't trust this nigga, he's up to it, then okay, cool. That's the
And
simplest I'm trying to make it. I'm good with
that's
that.
what you want in return as well.
Yeah, 100%.
And
That's
so
what I
if you're
give in
confused-
return.
But I'm saying, if there comes a time where you're courting a young lady and you're confused as to, like, are we just friends?
And I've done it. I've asked God to give me clarity. I've asked the Holy Spirit to give me understanding, because like my brother Errol tell me, people can feed you anything. So I can come up with a bomb ass reason why, we doing this, baby, everything you want to hear. Or I can just be honest and say, look, all I really want you to do is just trust me. If you can do that, then let's try to move forward. If you can't do that, even though it's a tall order up front, then I'm good.
Try to move forward with what? You haven't given any parameters.
Wherever I lead you. Wherever I lead you. And if that's not for you, that's how I do my entire life. So if we can't do that here, I'm going to be asking you that the entire time you know me. Ask any of my friends. Mike, I'll tell you, just trust me. Just trust me. Why would I change my narrative just to impress somebody, to get them to try to, engage and getting to know me? No, this is how I am today. Moving forward, I'm always going to be like, just trust me. And if that's something you can't do now, go ahead, Kerry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just saying, you're getting to know, like, we know that's how Donnie is. And that asking him to do something else is him introducing you to somebody he's not.
And Errol always say, don't bring the imposter into it.
Yeah. So this is what I'll say. So I seen something a while ago, right? And there was this lady, she was asking this man, and she said, what are we? And his response was, we are farmers. Dum 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 dum.
Yeah.
I hate when you think he's gonna give you something serious.
Them be the best ones though.
Oh, man.
Listen, no, all bullshit aside though. I think first you have to determine what you even want from that person. You know what I'm saying? You could be dating just to date. You could be hanging out just to hang out. You know what I'm saying? It probably, if you still getting to know a person, you know what I'm saying, you probably don't even know if you want anything serious with them first off. You know what I'm saying? So depending on how much time you spend with a person, depending on what you want to do, you get to see if you want something serious from that person. As far as me, I'm not the type of person who just likes to throw labels on stuff either. And I'm not a very conventional person. I'm not going to say, okay, well, this is how this is supposed to go, and this is how this is supposed to go. So if you're the type of person who needs that structure of being with a conventional person, that it has to be laid out A, B, C, D, and E, I'm gonna tell you off the gate, I'm not the person for you, because I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? So
it's okay.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat as Donnie on this one. Like, just trust me. You know what I'm saying? And if you feel like it's something that you can't roll with, then the door's right there. By all means, you can leave. You know what I'm saying?
Just be friends.
Right. If you don't like the direction that we're going, you know what I'm saying?
Can't be friends either if you can't trust
like the direction that we're going, then you can always veer off and go in a different direction yourself. You know what I'm saying? If I'm showing you something, because like I always talk about, man, people can say anything. They can say anything. Oh, baby, I'm gonna give you the moon, the stars, and everything above. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I want to be this to you. I want to be this. I want to be your mother, your father, your lover. I'm gonna be. You know what I'm saying? They can say whatever they want to. I can do it all for you, baby. But
you gotta believe in me, baby.
Right, but you know what I'm saying? It's about what they showing you. You know what I'm saying? You can show me whatever the hell you want to show me, and you can say, okay, you know what I'm saying, baby, this is what we're gonna do. We can do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. But if I'm not showing you something, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah. I'm after you, Kerry. Go ahead.
I don't want to say I'm a little different than that, because what I've learned is that in the past 2 years, for me, my heart's desires and my mind's desires don't always add up to my abilities, based on the things that I've been through, based on the things that are going on.
Yes.
So sometimes you may feel a certain way about somebody, and if everything could be amazing from the gate, and then something shifts in your life, and you don't have the ability to really give to or be in that space where you were before, doesn't mean you don't want it. Doesn't mean it's less important. It means that something happened and something shifted as to where I don't have that capability currently. At that point, there is no room for assumptions. There is really a need for communication on both ends. I've been guilty of not giving that communication to go, hey, I'm not in a place right now. Sometimes it's because I don't know how to explain the fact that, hey, I'm still here, but it's so much that if I don't handle, I won't be able to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But the problem that I find is that we make so many assumptions because something changes that now we feel like this person is not at this point, is not at this level. We don't want to have a conversation about it. We just want to go, I feel like this. And because I feel like this is what this is.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to just go, I really don't want to have this conversation, but hey, I fuck with you. What's going on? Is there something I can do on my end to better this for us? Because I see that there's something you've taken away from it. Can I come a little bit further to meet you one way? Or do we need to pause this? But again, for me, my biggest thing is communication. Have the conversation, have the uncomfortable conversation. You never know where it could take you.
I like what Carrie said there about the that pause. Like if we did I put that up or somebody else put that up?
No, I put that up, but go ahead.
I was gonna comment on that too. But like that pause is like I was gonna put that up too, Dub. Like the people are kind of in the audience saying, like, hey, that, what does it mean when you say trust me? Could it be trust me and I'm getting to know you right now? It could be a lot of different things. The point is that whatever I say, if it don't float your boat, then it's okay. Maybe if what I said makes you uncomfortable and you don't feel like you can do it right now, it's all good. No love lost. Go fast, pray, or talk to your mentor, whatever you need to do. But this is my answer. And it's not like if they ask me that and I say, just trust me, like I'm not going to answer any follow-up questions.
Okay.
What's your real concern?
Okay. Yeah.
It's not like, trust me, end the conversation, get in the bed, keep your socks on. It's not one of them situations. It's okay. Go ahead, Dub. I'm sorry.
So I'm going to read this and I'm going to respond to it. It says, sometimes just trust me feels like an unspoken waiting game. If I'm seriously dating, I want to understand the process, preview it to me so my dating with purpose feels aligned. So this is what I want to say. Sometimes you can meet somebody and things are going well. But sometimes there are extra variables to the situation. You know what I'm saying? And as a man, sometimes you're trying to process all the other variables. Sometimes it's like, okay, cool. I understand this is what you come with, but you don't come in this package alone. So in getting serious with you, I have to prepare for not only you, but I have to prepare everything that comes along with you. So instead of just diving in and say, hey, come on, let's go get married tomorrow. Okay, let's do this, let's do that. Sometimes you're processing all the variables, everything that goes with it. Okay, cool. When I do this, how am I going to make this happen? Okay, how am I going to align this? Me being the type of man that I am, I want to do A, B, C, D, and E for my woman and for my family. Am I in a position to do that? Am I in a position to do it just for me and my woman? Now, if there's kids involved, am I in a position to do it for me, my woman, and the kids? Right? So when sometimes it just trust me is not just, I just want you to wait, or I'm saying this. By all means, if you can't wait, if you can't deal with it, just trust me, then then going about your merry way. But in the same token, it's like, okay, if you want me to be a man and lead, allow me to lead. Don't just say, okay, well, yeah, I want you to lead, but you got to tell me A, B, and C, everything that you're going to do. Either you're going to trust me to lead you or you're not, period, point blank. And if I'm trying to figure out all the variables that goes along with the situation, then allow me to figure out all those variables. And like I said, if you can't trust me, if it's too hard for you to trust me, then walk away. If I'm doing something that, that makes you feel like you can't trust me.
Yeah.
If I'm doing something to make you feel like, okay, well, you know what? Damn, he says this, but he looks a little shady, or this looks like, by all means, walk away.
Yes.
I'm not holding you captive. You can leave at any given time.
That's the part I'm saying. If you look at me and you can deem whatever you know about me and say, not you, hear me?
Carrie.
Oh,
not you. Carrie.
And you can look at me and say, oh, you're not trustworthy. I can't trust you. By all means, it's okay. Listen, I only need one person to do it. Just one. Don't need a whole flock or fleet or brothel. Just one. I'm good.
No brothel. So
Mike has got the struggle face.
just my little 2 cents with this.
What up?
I do not believe that when I say follow or as a leader or when a man leads, that doesn't mean no communication. Some women think that because I'm saying
it means dictatorship,
or that it's a dictatorship.
Right.
No, this means you're trusting where I am or where I'm going, And if you do have a question, we have communication about it. I am big on communication. Trusting someone, you can trust a teacher, and if there's something wrong with this sum of something, you have the ability to ask a question. Combative and question asking are two different things. That was just my little two cents.
I wanted you to put this out there real quick, Mike. This was a great way to start the show today, bro.
It was.
This was really good, man. What do you want to add, man? I see your faces over there. You processing?
No, because I am because half of me agrees and half of me disagrees, and I think the half that disagrees is because anybody that's watched the show at least once knows how big we are on communication, and not just communication. I'm talking about thorough communication. You know what I mean? And I feel that the answer it just stings a little bit, because it's just like that's not thorough communication. If somebody has a legit question, I feel like like Amber said, her follow-up question would be, why should I trust you? Now, if she asks that, is that like, okay, well, no, you're not trusting me. If you got to ask, is that the end all tell all, or you know what I mean? I just feel like it needs to be some sort of dialogue before. And this is just me. I'm not trying to change nobody's mind. I'm not trying to say anybody is doing anything wrong, by no means. I'm just saying, in my eyes on the outside looking in, for me, if I were hit with it, just trust me. It's like, okay, cool, I can probably do that, but we gotta have some conversation about that before it's just like, all right, I'm gonna just throw my heart in. You know what I mean?
So look at this. What about if the thing is, okay, well, just trust me. Why should I trust you? Well, what have gotten you to this point with me so far? What have you seen in me that's gotten you up to the point to be with me this far? Okay, now, has any of those things changed? If you're telling me, oh, I look at you as this great man and this and this and that and this and that, and I see this, has any of those things changed? No, they haven't changed. So what's the problem? If I'm telling you now, if I'm still showing you those same qualities and I'm still taking you serious and we still spending time together and we still doing all these other things, if none of those things have changed, if I haven't led you down no rocky road, what's the problem?
I understand that, yeah, and that's the part I agree with. Like if it ain't broke, then we ain't got nothing to fix.
It's funny that I see this dictatorship, narcissist, it's all the same, and a lot of women have this process that because we're saying leadership, or because we're saying go about things a certain way, that it's narcissistic. I think it depends on the person, and I think it depends on I think it also depends on your trauma with the word, or trauma with the word of submission. Trauma with the word of narcissism, trauma with the word of dictatorship. I don't want someone, as I say this all the time, like I want an adult. I don't want to have to tell you what to do. I would like to have communication about the best moves for us collectively. But me telling you what to do as though you're CJ, I'm not dating my son. I'm not dating my child. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want to have to remind you about making assumptions. If I'm an adult, then why are we having an assumptive conversation? Why did you not ask me? Why did you not tell me that you were uncomfortable with something or uncomfortable with the way things were going, so that we could try and be adults and advance this situation that we're in by conversation? Because we can't advance by assumptions. Because if you make this assumption, then it could lead us down a lane that we weren't actually on.
I'm sorry, man. My computer's tripping. Mike, I think you asked the question. Was it directed at me? Because I missed it.
Yeah, it was directed towards the viewpoint of the just trust me aspect of
okay.
Let's just call it dating. Because you have said that to me directly, and I feel like everybody in the circle knows the first answer ain't never really good enough for me. You tell me you're all right, I'm gonna be like, but are you? And then I'm gonna kind of poke that bear for a minute, just like that. Just like when I asked you, Donnie, how's your day? And you said, I'm cool. That really wasn't good enough for me. So I kept asking until you finally said, look, nigga, I'm good. You know what I mean? But I feel like,
and that's what you call a brotherly courtesy, though.
Yeah, I feel that.
I love you. You know what I'm saying? So I'll go that extra mile. You know what I'm saying? And go that far, but. Sometimes, like, even in a situation about just trust me, like if they follow it up with like, why should I trust you? You know what? Let's go to prayer about it, man. Or, whatever the situation entails. Well, what is it that you don't trust? Let's talk about it. When we first started this conversation, I recognize this is a trigger for a lot of people because a lot of assumptions and diagnoses and stuff started coming out of the comments about, oh, hell no.
Yes.
All I did was answer the question. You didn't ask the whole conversation. You said, what would, just trust me. Well, bro, I'm having a hard time with that because it's such and such and such. Let's talk about it. Like Mike said, we're thorough. Like we really love communication. We can do a check-in. We can fast and pray. We can bring mentors into it, or we can just spend a few hours in the car driving, talking about what it means to trust somebody. You know, if I'm asking you to trust me, that means that I'm interested in you. Trust me. I don't ask everybody to trust me because I don't want to partner with everybody. I'll tell you. I've told people before, don't trust me. Well, you shouldn't. I've had people before tell me, if somebody said they want to date you, no, don't date me. I'll tell you straight up. Don't date me. Don't do this with me. Don't trust. If it ain't for you, if I'm not a part of your tribe, if I don't come from where you come from, trust me, I will hurt you. I don't care how good of a man you may have thought I was, or other people think I am. I may not be a good. I'm a good look. I'm good looking, but I may not be a good look for you.
That's good, man. That's really good.
Turn the tables around. We always said about other people, maybe good looking, but not be good look. I mean, I'm not a good look for everybody, straight up and down. And I say that up front. I'm not trying to run game. I'm trying to help you save yourself some time and heartache because I'm not gonna be hurt.
You know what, man? I think some people are so stuck on the status quo, so stuck on oh, this has to be like this has to be in this order, this has to go with this title has to go with this. And when you give somebody a title, expectations comes with that title. And when you have expectations, you know what I'm saying, change comes with those expectations. So you give somebody a title, when they get that title, you know what I'm saying, it becomes expectations attached to that title. You know what I'm saying? And then when those expectations aren't met, you know what I'm saying, then your feelings get hurt. Why? Because you gave me expectations based on the title that you wanted to have just to make yourself feel comfortable. And like, if you're getting to know each other and things are flowing in a great direction, then you go off and you ruin it by saying, well, what are we? What are we doing here? Like, we doing what we've been doing. We're getting to know each other. Things are flowing. You know what I'm saying? It don't even have to be a title. We can go from getting to know each other and I propose to you the next day. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be just that title stuck on there. Oh, well, what are we doing? Okay, well, we're dating exclusively. Oh, what are we? It don't even have to be all that.
But should there be some? My bad. Go ahead, bro.
No, you good. You good.
No, I was gonna say, but should there be some sort of communication throughout the relationship?
There's always communication. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying anything wrong with communication. Communication is a must. You have to communicate. You know what I'm saying? You even have to communicate to see if you two are on the same page. See if you guys are like-minded.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to go back real quick to what Dub said. Dub talked about that union and coming together and like what we doing. I've had people ask me before, so what are we doing? No, there's what I'm doing and it's what you're doing. Until we're together, we're not a we. And that's how some people get, no, and I'm not saying that to be disrespectful or petty at all, but sometimes this is where you start playing marriage, playing house. When you start saying, what are we doing? Until we are we, I'm doing me and you are doing you. And what we gonna see is if we can do this together. I'm just doing me, you doing you. I don't want you to start altering and changing things. I want to see how you just do life as yourself. So I can see who I'm partnering with. And I want to just do life as me. And you can get the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you can identify like, yo, your strengths, your weaknesses, where you trying to grow, where you ain't trying to go. I like that or I don't like it. No disrespect. You a grown woman. I'm a grown man. We just going to take it for what it is. Either we're going to be friends or we ain't going to be nothing, but we ain't going to be enemies because I ain't going to try to play you and you ain't going to play me.
Right.
That's good. That's good.
And stop assuming, like, everything just goes back to the assumptions because the whole I'm not gonna play. Stop assuming that because something changes, somebody trying to play you.
Oh,
come on, man.
Have a conversation. And if you don't like what it is, if you don't like how the conversation is going, like, just be open enough to know that everything you think ain't always right.
Woo, man. Yeah, buddy.
Who wants to say it?
Yep.
Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Maybe this helped. Carrie?
Listen.
Golly.
Are we going to the next one?
Yeah, I mean, who got the next one, man? Who got the next one? That because we off and running. What's next?
Come on, Doug.
Sheesh. Oh,
That's on you, Carrie. You got it.
We're gonna let Dub pick it.
let's see.
Dub, what you got?
I'm trying to find something now. Let me see.
Because what I see right now, I'm gonna go to. Y'all already know. I don't even know what it says, but you know what? I'm gonna do it.
Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Go ahead, bro. Can you read it? Can you can you read that, bro? Is that print too small?
I got it. Ladies, what's the purpose of this pic? No, I can't. I don't have no glasses.
Let me see.
Like you have a man. Don't tell us about men's insecurity. Just tell us the purpose. Damn, why is it so small? Jesus. Oh, there it is. Okay, I had to spread it. Ladies, what's the purpose of ladies? What's the purpose of this pic? Of pics like this when you have a man? Don't tell us about men's insecurity. Just tell us the purpose.
Right.
What's the purpose?
I was just talking about this exact pose today.
You was doing this exact pose today.
Talking about it.
Oh, okay.
Talking about it. Yep.
Talking about it.
Talking about it.
Yeah.
What? Okay, let's while we're waiting for answers.
Ladies, can you please tell us? Because I want to know too.
Yeah. Okay.
So wait a minute. It might be some fellas in the audience that a lady have told them what that pic is about. So fellas, maybe a lady has expressed to you what that pic is really about. Share. We don't want to just exclude our male audience.
For me, I'm thinking they're advertising.
Okay. What do you think, Kerry?
I think it's about the same thing everything else is attention.
Right.
Wanting to be desired, is wanting to hear praise, is wanting to get all of the stuff that you really thinking in the mirror about yourself. You want somebody else to confirm it for you.
Donnie?
My first response was progress pics.
God damn it.
This nigga right here, boy, I tell you what.
Hey, have y'all ever had a friend where you rethink the friendship on a daily basis? The right decision?
Hey, just trust me.
Full circle. Yeah.
Just trust me, man. Just trust me. Just trust me. I tell you.
So
honestly,
me,
okay.
Go ahead, bro.
I was about to say, no, because my background is just in photography and doing fitness models and stuff. And I know that a lot of times the body pictures they do post are really just progress pics. They're trying to pick up clients, man. Let people know, like, yo, this could be you. So that's just my experience.
They telling you this could be you. This could be you right back here.
Can I ask a question though? Usually with progress pics, there's a before picture too.
Not always.
Well, how do you know? But in order to have progress, you have to have started somewhere. If you just posting these pictures, how do I know what progress looks like?
If you're a follower, just go down earlier on my news feed. You'll see.
I'm not gonna go down anywhere.
Well, then you won't see the before picture. You just
no. Please don't see a before picture. No.
I've seen the eyebrows and the blonde hair.
Wow.
I've seen the brows and the blonde. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. And the piercings and all that. Dub, you said this picture was not Dub. Who said it was about attention? Carrie said that. You want to unpack that response, my brother?
Put it back up.
Who had it? I don't know where it is.
Oh,
found it.
Here's my thing right there. If this is something that's going in the man you talk to, the man you deal with, the women, whatever it is that you deal with, then I'm okay with that because it's for that person. At this point, if you're putting it on social media, you're now opening the floodgates to everybody and everybody's opinion, everybody's thoughts. And what you're going to get back is either negative or positive, but you're going to get something back. It's attention. The attention that you're getting back, because I didn't post a picture of me being in the hospital because I don't want that attention. I'm not here for that to be. I want to get better and I don't want people worried about me. So 90% of the people in my life didn't even know I was in the hospital. So I'm saying that the things that we post are usually for some type of rebuttal, some type of response, some type of attention.
Can I devil's advocate that?
Sure.
Well, actually, it's not even devil's advocate. It's just my life. I just want to add my life to it. What you will and will not post, I feel like is heavily dependent on the people that follow you and the kind of engagement you have socially. I feel like if you don't have a lot of petty people or trolls or thirsty people on your news feed, I've experienced people who aren't popular like that. and they post things and they don't come across the same comments, the same kind of feedback as other people do. And so they just post things from a very innocent place. And because I've been exposed to those kind of people and I've been exposed to thirsty people, I know that two different kind of people exist on social media. And every post ain't really about attention. Sometimes that's where you keep your friends updated that you don't talk to on often because you're busy. And if it happens, could be going back to the booty pic. Yes, Mike.
Yeah, can we stick to the picture? We're talking about the picture.
Yeah,
we're not talking about random.
All right. Nobody's venturing off topic tonight. Okay, gotcha.
All right, don't try to.
He tried to do you, Mike. He tried to do you.
Mike.
Whoa. So,
what was you saying, Doug? Golly.
So what I was gonna say is, I was just looking and I was just thinking about it from a different perspective, right? I was thinking about it. It is for attention, but what if it's
these fools still got controls.
Anyway, so what I was saying is I was thinking that it is for the attention, but what if it's for the attention for financial gain, to build up your followers, to build up your, people, whatever it is, like you're showing whatever it is that you're showing to get the audience that you need, because it's a lot of thirsty dudes out here as well. So they're gonna follow you. You're gonna build up, then that's gonna pad your pockets. So sometimes it could be the attention. And sometimes it could be the attention for financial gain.
What if she posted it and deleted, or she disabled comments?
You can still get followers and all that kind of stuff based on that.
I think we spent so much time in the beginning of the show talking about assumptions, and then of course we're willingly giving our assumptions to this, not to be judgmental, but at the same time, like Carrie said, we got to be willing to admit that our assumptions may be wrong. Actually.
Right. I did this week based on what I was told to do for a TV show. But if I were dating someone,
did you say you were asked to do this for a TV show?
I was asked to show more skin in regards to a TV show.
They were slutting them out.
But
we're talking about this booty picture. I mean, is there something?
What I'm saying is, I took a picture. I posted a picture on my Instagram without my shirt on.
Oh, I thought you were talking about you did the porno. It was Mike Honcho.
Anyway,
okay.
Bottom line is. It is for the. I just ran over that, Mike. I hate this. Fucking hate it.
I just want you to know.
I hate it.
That ain't a playground spread.
But I'm saying that things are done sometimes for that. You're absolutely right, Doug. Sometimes they're done in that fashion. But I also know that I wouldn't do it if I were in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I also know that there's boundaries as to when I will and when I will not be able to do things in that sense.
And that, I think, is where we kind of left the topic, because the premise of this was, is this okay if you have a man? And I think that's what we kind of need to dive more into. Who on the panel is okay with their girl posting this? If she's not a model, she's not a fitness guru. She just happens to have a really nice body. And she has on her biker shirt. She turns around, sees it, and she posts it. Anybody okay with their woman that they're with? Not a girl, not somebody they're talking to, their girlfriend or even wife.
I'm cool.
I don't know if it would bother me. I guess it just depends on how she feels about it.
I think it would. So for me, everybody's free. Everybody's free to do what they want to do. Doesn't mean I'm gonna stick around while they do it.
God,
my nigga. My nigga.
And you know what? And what if she turned around and said, "Just trust me"?
I'm gonna trust you that you advertising for everybody else. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If that's the case, then I might as well, you know what I'm saying, throw on my pimp suit and say, look, check this out. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, you gonna be my bottom bitch or something. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say.
Okay.
For me, if it's my woman, right? If it's my woman, I don't want my woman being advertised to everybody. Yeah. This is me. I don't. Everybody else, they may feel comfortable with it. They may be like, okay, this is that. But for me,
yeah,
I don't want my woman being advertised to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
before she was your woman, she was her own woman. Right. I don't want to stop nobody from being who they are. If you've been wanting to put on the pimp suit and you haven't done it because you're in a relationship, you're being false to yourself. If you've been wanting to post booty pictures and you're not doing it because I'm your man, you're not living out your authenticity. Don't let me hold you back. Do what you do. And like Dub said, I ain't got to stay if I disagree with it, but I am pro people living out their authentic self.
And that's fine. And they
if
can
you're thirsty right now, you're going through something, let's not be in a relationship until you can quench it.
So with that being the case, and that's exactly why I said, you know what I'm saying? You are free to do whatever you want to do. I will not stop you from doing whatever it is. If I can't handle it, if it bothers me to the point that it makes me feel a certain way, I'm going to remove myself from the situation. I'm not going to tell you what to do and what not to do. I'm not going to tell you what to wear. I'm not going to tell you none of that. You do what you want to do. You are grown. You know what I'm saying? I'm huge on respect. You know what I'm saying? If you like that same thing, right? Give me that same respect. Would you do that in front of your granny? Would you do that in front of your pastor? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, being honest. You show them a certain level of respect and say, you know what? Because I respect them, because I hold them to this standard, I'm not going to do certain things in front of them. But you feel like, oh, you just my man. You can't tell me what to do. No, I can't tell you what to do. But I also
I can whoop you. Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being the case, like, I'm not going to control nobody. I am not into controlling anybody at all. You know what I'm saying? You can do what you want to do at any given time. Doesn't mean I need to stick around for it. And the thing is, some stuff I may feel like I can handle right now, and I probably can't handle it. Some stuff I probably feel like I can handle. Some stuff I probably feel like I can't handle. And when it comes down to it, I may be like, oh, you know what? It ain't that bad. It's all good.
Yeah. And so this is where I stand with it. And this is you can't do whatever you want if you're gonna be with me, period. Sorry.
Fair enough.
You cannot, because I'm not gonna do whatever I want to do. When we say we want to be together and we're choosing each other, and you know, whatever that last step was, and our first post, when we say, hey,
hold on, which one are you talking about, Mike?
Relationship. Yeah, when we in a relationship.
Okay.
Point blank period. When we in a relationship, all of the extra stuff, it ceases. And it doesn't cease because we're in a relationship, so life has to stop. It ceases because I don't want to give this to nobody but you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to for instance, if speaking from a female's point of view, I don't want to show this all to everybody. I want this to be set aside for you. Now, caveat to that is, if you are a trainer, if you are, you are losing weight, I don't have no problem. Go post it. You proud of it? I'm proud of you. Go post it. But if we just, you know what I mean?
Could she post it if you were standing right next to her in the picture?
Nobody else is there. I don't think that has, for me, that doesn't have a really.
Can she post it because she's proud of her booty and her boo?
Is my hand on it? Am I behind it? Am I like,
whatever.
What are we doing here? you feel me?
They can see it, and you right there.
Wait, say it again. I didn't hear you.
They can see it. They can see ass and titties, and you're standing in the picture.
No, I'm still not cool with, because I don't. At that point, I just don't feel like everybody needs to see that. Even though if you go to the beach, it has to be destination appropriate. So if you go to the beach, that's destination appropriate. Of course, people are gonna see. But if you posting it for social media to see, nah.
Oh, my friend.
Got cheeks, and she walking through the mall, they gonna see her cheeks.
That wasn't an at-home outfit.
Because she has it, she should post it on Instagram.
But what I'm saying is, why are we mad about the fact that she posted it when she's gonna walk in the mall and the same niggas that see it on the picture are gonna actually try to holler at her?
Because she's not soliciting it. She's not soliciting it in the mall. It's solicited when you take the time and put it. When you take the time, take the picture, post it on Instagram. That's soliciting yourself. When you're walking through the mall, you're walking through the mall.
Is it proud?
Which you mean? I'm proud of anatomy that I have. I don't post it on the internet.
Right.
That's because you're ugly.
Hey,
no. We all know that's not the truth.
I'm right.
I just saw a picture of Mike in the DR advertising his knees. I'm just not sure.
Wow. Wow.
He had on some of them short shorts that I be wearing. Like, I don't understand how Jay allowed these things to happen.
Listen, that's because we're in another country, brother. Okay,
different laws.
The knees come out in other countries.
Not the knees come out.
The knees come out in other countries.
You know, I say this, man. I'm right along with you, Mike. That's like me walking through the mall or walking somewhere in some gray sweats. You know what I'm saying? Versus me posting a picture highlighting my package on gray sweats. It's a completely different. It's different. You may see it. You know, if I'm walking in the mall, you may see, you may whatever. But it's a difference between you just being you, walking through the mall, living your life. You know what I'm saying? Versus
you already know. Dub.
What's up?
Dub. Now I want to talk about this double standard. If she didn't have a big butt, would this picture affect you the same way?
Yes.
Yes.
What would she be advertising in? That just seems to be the most prominent thing in the picture. It could be about her new haircut or her eyebrows or the nice.
She advertising that damn haircut.
Come on.
This is no. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying if there's a double standard, because thick women, curvy women wear summer dresses and it's like, my God. A skinny woman puts on the same summer dress and it's like, okay. So what are we really saying here?
I understand that. That's the same thing. Like if a woman,
Mike is upset.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the same thing. If a man says to a woman, "Oh, hey, how you doing? You look nice today." You know what I'm saying? If he's attractive, a man to that woman versus an unattractive man to that woman, he say the same thing. Oh, he's now a creep. It happens. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, whether you have something or whether you don't have something, if you intentionally trying to show it off, you know what I'm saying? That's a difference than you just casually walking through the mall or casually walking somewhere, or you just have that body part because it's you. It's homegrown, it's you, it's whatever the case may be. It's you, it's your body, right?
Yeah.
Versus you intentionally trying to say, hey, look at this, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man.
I think that we've all fell victim to posting certain pictures because we think we look good in this certain particular outfit, whether, you know, we just got a haircut, whatever the case may be. I think everybody that posts a picture on social media is doing it for some form of attention, whether attention be, like Donnie said, because I'm proud that I'm losing weight, whether attention be, you know, I have this workout class. It all stems back to attention at the end of the day.
And
social media.
With the attention, like, is it different because like it's a purpose? Like where's the line? Because like when you brought up the thing with the sweats, you mean to tell me I'm supposed to, if I take a picture in some sweats versus me just having on some sweats being in the mall, you mean to tell me I gotta adjust myself for this picture?
No, but if you take a picture highlighting your package in the sweats, it's a difference.
I'm saying is,
if you're in a relationship.
So what I'm saying is, if I take this picture, why do I have to adjust how I look so that it doesn't look like I'm trying to show?
Yeah.
Listen. You really don't have to adjust nothing. And at the end of the day, everybody is free to show whatever the hell they want to show. You know what I'm saying?
But whether me in my house,
whether they get judgment for it or not, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, you are free to do whatever it is that you want to do, right? But actions have consequences. And if you are with somebody and because of your action, it jeopardizes your relationship, that's
come on, Doug.
Deal with.
Come on, Doug.
Period, point blank. That's a consequence that you have to deal with. And you can't say, oh, you're being insecure or you're being this. You can't, like, you know what the hell you're doing.
I thought we were having conversation. Y'all said it's all about communication. Can we talk about it before you just get rid of it?
We
I'll talk to you and let you know I'm out of here.
Hey, I just wanted to call real quick and let you know bye. That's it.
Just trust me. Just trust me. I won't be coming back. Trust me.
I won't. Just trust me. I won't. Trust me. I won't. Fellas, this is what happened already.
Golly.
This is what happened already. It's halftime.
Hey,
jeez.
It's halftime, but did anybody really see Will Smith go left?
I didn't. Somebody was talking about when we first got on. Where is it at? Send me the link.
I want to see it.
Jesus.
You sent it to me?
He slapped the shit out that man. I sent it to the circle.
Did he say I've had enough?
He said,
Send
"Keep
it
your wife name out your mouth."
I've had enough. You
Send it to send it gang gang.
I'm about to say it's so many circles. I mean, we got circle Instagram,
IG.
circle text.
IG.
Did you say you faxed it? What'd you say?
I sent it to IG Instagram.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. Don't be faxing me nothing.
We'll stop playing with Philly.
Where is this brother at? Let's see.
It didn't even look like he really hit him though.
Damn. And walked away. I didn't even run. I walked.
Oh wow, it keeps my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Oh, he made a joke. He made a joke. So apparently he made a joke about.
Will got that Tupac. Finally.
Apparently he made a joke about Jada having alopecia, about her hair. And you know, at the end of the day, their situation is already sensitive. Anybody talk shit about my wife, I'm going on stage too.
But they always say, you know, comedians, this is what they do. They make light of serious situations and hope
That's fine. Then he can make light of being bitch slapped.
And he did. He just said this was the greatest night in the history of television, but this side of his face didn't move when he said it. It was still stuff. It was the greatest night. It was on television. Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me.
It's halftime, fellas.
Sure enough is. I'm happy none of us got slapped tonight. Because
however, on Thursday night when Dub. Anyway.
So it's gonna be a different situation from when I situation at your house when Carrie popped up. It's gonna be a whole different situation. Yeah, I'm Will, you Chris Rock. Just go ahead. Yeah. Keep Thursday night out your mouth. That's all.
Too soon.
Whatever happened Thursday night, keep it out your mouth. God, and after the slap, Will won an Oscar. Nick for the slap. For the slap, he won an Oscar for the slap.
Nice.
Oh man. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's halftime. We appreciate everybody that's still with us. Second half is always just as dope as the first, so please stick around. Just real quick highlights: our Instagram, maybe this will help the podcast. Also, of course, our Facebook page with maybe this help the podcast. We're on YouTube Live now. You can also find the show on each one of our individual pages. We're all going live there as well. And we just want to thank you guys for the support thus far. Just from viewers that have been watching from, what are we going on, 2 years?
Going on 3.
Going on 3 years. Golly.
Yeah.
Viewers that like Allison and Vicky, just to name a couple that have been watching literally since the very first episode, man. And it's a blessing that we actually have this platform to really speak and try to get across that every dude is not the same. You know what I mean? Because although we've all been some of those guys that the ladies talk about, I feel like at this point in our lives, we're all trying to turn over that leaf and really be the men that God has called us to be. So that's what we try to show, and that's what we try to give you guys on this show, and try to be absolutely transparent with the things that we talk about. So nobody think that this is scripted. We don't meet during the week and go over each one, and we're going to say this. It's literally off the cuff every single show. So with that being said, Donnie, you want to take the? I know money is your favorite subject, so if you want.
No, I'm gonna let Carrie do it tonight.
No. You know I do my job. Go ahead, Mike. You know I got to get it ready.
Okay. Don't know what anybody's talking about. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Cash App. If I can find it, boom, there it is. Cash App. Maybe this will help. The Cash App. If you feel led to sow into some good ground, we appreciate it. Everything we do is completely free. But the donations that we've been getting are definitely helping. We want everybody to know they're definitely going back to doing things for the podcast, and doing things that will benefit the show as well as the viewers. Donovan, are you ready now?
I am, man. I was on there getting the Will Smith Chris Rock slap. I wanted to put it on the second half of the show if it fits into there. So I was making sure we put that in gang. Maybe we'll have a conversation about it.
I think it'll be a good
yeah.
conversation piece.
So listen, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what we do here. Getting on this platform ain't free. The things we're trying to put together ain't free. The events we have planned for y'all ain't free. And it's not because it's not free. It's because maybe this is helping somebody. You guys want to contribute to what we're doing. You already know we got stuff going on that we're going to be involved in the community. What Mike is pouring holy water, Carrie is playing the organ, and Errol's playing with something else. So listen, this is our Cash App. Never trust a nigga sits on the back row, the back pew at the church. So this is our Cash App.
Hey, that was me. Hold on. That was me.
And you said you woke up this morning and choked. So listen, this is our Cash App. Maybe this will help. We love y'all. We're gonna get into the second half of the show. Go into the comments, tag somebody who needs to hear the second half of the show. If it's another young lady, if it's another young man, it's appropriate for kids at a certain point. You just gotta watch them.
Thank you for fellas that have been reaching out too and saying that they enjoy the show and watch the show, man, because I know a lot of times on the show we don't highlight the fellas as much as we should, but just a big shout out to all the fellas that want.
We got y'all, bro. We got y'all. Don't even trip.
Have any of you gentlemen tried the Fenty Savage?
The male lingerie?
My God, when I tell you it's the best feeling draws ever.
Ain't better than Africa. I ain't playing with you.
Shitting on action.
Oh, you didn't want to let that one play? Golly, I ain't seen E smell that big all night.
You know, that's my giant.
Oh man, no, we haven't, but grab a screenshot so we can share it. Hey, y'all ready for the second half?
Let's go, son.
Not wearing them, no, Kerry. Not wearing them. That's not what
hey, you know, for that show, that's what they want him to wear for that show. They want to put on some
right.
male lingerie,
right,
and turn around and show his gains. And
they do.
Hey, Hollywood will ask the most of you.
Listen,
he gonna do it all.
Hey,
well, I'm not sure where this is going. But fellas,
let's start with the slap. Let's get it out the way. Let's start with the slap.
All right, cool. Let me get it uploaded. Y'all just fill in the conversation real quick. I'm gonna get it uploaded, and we can start with the slap and talk about a man shouldn't have your woman's name in his mouth. Oh shoot, I can't post it yet. What's wrong? Oh, it's not loaded yet. Okay. Y'all carry forward the conversation until I can make sure this thing is up and running.
How do you feel your girl, your wife, whatever, with we're not gonna say a homeboy, with just a man in general saying some disrespectful stuff? Is it more like, yo, don't talk about my wife, or is it we going to 10 immediately?
If one of your people say some disrespectful shit about your woman, about your wife,
yeah.
We got your answer, bro. We got your answer.
Hey,
that was good.
I would say it really depends on who it is, which will determine the consequences.
But there's definitely going to be some type of consequence.
Yeah.
Yep. Because go ahead. No, I was going to say, because at the end of the day, you know, even as close as we all are, we know each other's boundaries. You know, even if they're unspoken, I know I'm not going to say no slick shit about nobody's woman in this circle, or nobody, especially nobody's wife in this circle. That you know what I mean? Joking.
Talk to Carrie.
No, I'm gonna take it a step further. There are jokes that we have, and there are jokes that we say that are inappropriate, but we say them to each other. That's like me saying that same joke on the mic when y'all come into melodies or y'all come into it doesn't belong there, and you're going to have to deal with the consequences of it. Same thing that happened years ago. Although it may have been a joke, it was inappropriate, and I had to deal with the consequences from it. You know what I'm saying? So you really have to be conscious about the things that you say to the people that you claim you love, because love is guaranteed there. But before we get to any of that, I'm still a human being, and I'm still going to have a response. to something that you say, whether I know you love me or not.
Yeah, that's it.
So real quick before we go into this video, Amber said we don't have Venmo yet, but shoot us an email at maybe this will help the podcast at Gmail. We'll make sure we get it all worked out. Don't even worry about it. We got you. Maybe this will help the podcast at Gmail.
Yep.
All right. So
wait, hold on.
Fellas, y'all ready for the video?
No, let's finish the conversation real quick. How do you feel about it, Donnie?
No, it was a video about the slap.
Yeah, I know.
How do you feel about what?
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about how would you feel if a partner of yours said some slick shit about your wife or your girlfriend, but it was a sensitive topic, and they knew it was probably teetering.
I would feel disrespected.
Would you slap that nigga? Would you slap? No,
Dub? I would.
Remember Thursday, and then tell me if you would slap Dub.
I'd do something worse.
Wow.
I'd leave.
Wow.
Nigga, if you've been my friend from any amount of time, you know the benefit that comes with me, homie. Bye. Wow. I just wanted to call and say bye again.
Wow, crazy.
You live without me and see what that feels like.
Damn.
When you think about that, if Will had to walk out of the place and they called him to win his Oscar and Will went to go grab a burger.
Oh, talk about a statement.
Listen, Jack.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes that emotional jump is not always the best. Let's go ahead and drop the video.
Hey, I'd have responded like Will. I'd have slapped his ass too, and then got my Oscar afterward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Hey, I bet
yes, nigga, yes.
I bet that dude felt stupid just standing up there.
He didn't want that Muhammad Ali smoke.
Nah. He ate that.
He ate it though. He ate it with no problem. He ate it like, oh.
Nah, you didn't see that lean. He was leaning to a whole one side after he got
homie, he had a free fade. He had a free shot. He didn't hit the ground or nothing. Okay. Hey, he just wanted to make a point. Wasn't trying to knock him out, kill him.
Right.
He had a conversation afterwards, and maybe they can discuss it as men. I'm sure they've been colleagues before in different arenas.
Hey, ain't no discussion that.
Nope.
You just not
You're
friends.
not about to just get up there, walk on stage, slap the shit out of me, and then yell at me, tell me to keep. Listen, check this out, partner.
Yeah, that's it. And then my thing is, if he had anything else to say, then that's when we go backstage. Then we can talk some more.
I agree with that statement. I do feel bad for both of them because with all of the things that have been said about Will and Will's wife, people are not. It's been a joke. It's been a joke for the entire pandemic. Yes. He's been a laughing matter, Mr. I am Mr. Family Man because everybody loves Will Smith has been a laughing matter. Because of the choices that him and his wife wanted to make during their life and their relationship. And you're a human being. It gets to a point where you're like, I'm not a fucking joke. And you're going to keep playing with me. And Donnie will tell you, I battled with that a lot. Don't keep fucking playing with me. And then you want to talk about my attitude. You want to talk about my demeanor because now you've pushed me to this point. Yes, I've accepted some things. Yes, there have been some things that were a joke. It was okay for the moment, but now you pushed this shit too far, and now you want to talk about me. So I do definitely feel bad for both of them because Chris Rock was probably doing what the Oscars told him to do, probably some cool shit. And at the end of the day, you're forgetting that this man that you're dealing with who has a wife, who they have had a public relationship, the entire relationship, still has to respond as though Kanye is responding and any other man that is married to someone and has a public relationship, you're gonna end up getting a nigga sometimes.
And that's how I am in any of my relationships. Carrie, I think we were on the phone or we were out somewhere, and Carrie said when it comes to the people I love, I'm like a pit bull. Like I don't play. It's certain things I don't play about. Right. Y'all may let it slide. I'm not gonna let this shit slide. Period. You know what I mean? And that's just, you know, how certain people are. So when Will went up there, like I felt every single bit of that. Like, yeah, nigga, you need to feel this, and the whole world need to see. I bet nobody else say nothing to my while I'm around. Not me. They won't.
This for me. What this goes back to, even in the first response I gave y'all about I would do something worse. Anger and just I was you know, just mad, just thinking about if that was me. But this goes back to a post I put up on Instagram a while ago, how I don't want to give anybody the privilege to be able to get me into that headspace, because I just don't like that living inside of me. Yeah, but that, again, this is just me being me, doing my life my way. That's just not something I really want to occupy, those kind of emotions. I understand defending your ground, standing your ground, and people happen to. Yes,
this is for after you finish. I'm just telling you, I have a question.
I'll be done. Go ahead.
So you telling me you see for whatever reason, you know, I can't defend myself, or just like you said when your neighbor's truck got robbed or whatever. You know what I mean? Say he couldn't defend himself. I feel like you're the type of person that you would have stepped in and handled that. Like if it was one of us, me, Dub, or Carrie, and for whatever reason we couldn't defend ourselves in that moment, or somebody said something or did something, and we couldn't go and handle that action ourselves, I guarantee you would. I guarantee you.
If I could handle it without choosing anger and still handle it, then I'm going to try to choose.
We're talking about in the moment, though.
You want my answer or no?
Yes.
That's my answer. Trust me.
Here you go. Here you go.
You ever thrown yourself an alley-oop and just that's cute. I think that's illegal. You can't throw it off the backboard like Shaq did at the free throw line. But honestly, what I'm telling you, Mike, is that 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna respond the same way y'all saying. But there's that one time I really don't. In my heart of hearts, I really want to respond a different way. So that's what I'm really expressing to you. My desire to really tap into that other 1 out of 10 time. If it happened tomorrow, damn it, I just might not be there yet, but I just want y'all to know that's where I'm aspiring to be, honestly, in my 100%. Heart.
I feel
that. When it comes to, I'll tell you like this. When it comes to,
don't get on here telling my business, mama. My mama knows the anger stuff that she's seen me do worse than a slap. And so I don't, man. And Carrie knows this. Carrie and Errol, I don't want to get mad at all. And there's a lot of reasons behind it that I'm not gonna go into detail with right now, but those who know me know.
Because he don't discriminate with height or nothing. You can be like 5'2". He's still gonna treat you like you like 6'3".
We're not gonna go into details about it.
I look at it like this: if it's something done to me, it's easier for me to walk away.
Yeah, 100%.
If it's something done for people that I care about, I'm lighting your ass up. Period. And it don't that's somebody that I care about. Don't even have to just be my woman. If somebody does something to you guys, I'm lighting their ass up. Period.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what this whole story, look at this. Dub, how do you feel about this? Bianca said there has to be some back history of I don't mess with you. You know better than to say anything about my wife. Do you feel like that was just heat of the moment, or there's some history behind that? Walk up there, slap.
I mean, it could be that, or it could be Will just got tired. Like, man, everybody trying to play me like a sucker. I'm gonna have
to. He slapped everybody when he slapped Chris.
Yeah, it could be. It could be like y'all sit up here. I see all these memes around about me. What am I supposed to do? Just sit back and just continue to just let y'all talk about me like that?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to just set it straight once and for all. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, check this out. I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all
what
see
did he set straight?
Y'all see crying. I mean, but still, he just had to set his precedence. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see nice Will. Y'all see crying Will. Y'all see me just accepting everything. He probably just got to the point. It could be some back history. It could be some backstory, or it could be just like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired. I've been trying to be, you know what I'm saying, Gandhi this whole time, and I'm tired.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Ain't the motherfucker.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask all three of you fellas this and chime in as you see fit. I'm sure Will has a circle. How do you think his circle is talking to him, or will talk to him tonight about the choices he made tonight at the Oscars? What do you think his circle will say?
Just what the type of man that I perceive would, I don't know him personally, but the type of man I perceive him to be, and what I've seen over the years, I feel like one, he'll get on himself first. By the time he get to the car, I'm sure he's like, damn, you know, like I could have handled that a lot differently. But as far as the circle goes, I mean, I would think that would be like, you know, I understand why you felt you needed to do that, but you didn't really need to do that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I think he reached. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Deb.
I was about to say, I hope Will got somebody like me in this circle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell him like, look, bro.
The nigga shouldn't have said nothing.
Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Hey.
Stop thinking that entertainers are not human beings. Stop thinking because people have a level of peace. I don't play with Donnie. Donnie has a level of peace outside of most people that I do know. But I do know that Donnie can get to a point where you don't know who that is. Mm-hmm. I do know that the same thing comes with Dub and Mike, and I'm pretty sure people know that shit with me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a threat factor. There's a level because you're a human being. So at some point, you have to respect that line. And if you're not respecting it, then sometimes a person will make you respect it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, again, like I said, we take, you know, people in higher positions or people like the time we had on the show when old girl was pressing the level and I just couldn't take it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like there are certain levels of things that people, we're not perfect. And granted, I'm pretty sure that if he could run it back differently, maybe he would. But maybe part of him is like, you know what? You get what the fuck you got today.
Listen, sometimes that nice approach ain't always. Sometimes just swallow your pride and just take the high road. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get tired of just taking this so-called high road, and everybody want to give you this speech about, oh, you should have did this and you should have did that until they put in that situation. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how this man, you know what I'm saying, everything he's going through in the buildup that he's been dealing with. Everybody is quick to say what they would have done until they get in that situation.
On top of that, Dub, we don't since the joke was about her, we don't know if before they left the house she was in tears behind, feeling bad about this hair disease that she had. We don't know how that's affected her and in turn affected her husband. And then you go, huh?
No. I was just saying that he explained his line in his acceptance speech being pressed and pushed, and he got to his breaking point.
Exactly what I just said. Exactly what I just said. You get to your point, man.
America went bad on him about his relationship and that little young dude, August. And if you think that it's just going to go away, like it doesn't bother you, you got to take this L being an entertainer. He was fed up. He's still a man.
It's cool though. I think that when we look at this from a circle's perspective, I mean, everybody in the audience definitely knows, but we know as brothers that we all a little different. We all handle situations different, and we ain't never asked each of us to be nobody different than who we are. You know what I'm saying to you? Even though sometimes we say stuff that's totally 100% counter our own brother, and we know that, but we free to say that, and ain't no love lost. You know what I'm saying to you? And I think that our circle, as diverse and different as we are, I think that's what really makes us powerful and the most beneficial to each other. You know what I'm saying to you? Because as much as I want to, you know, choose the path of peace, because I know at the end of the day, I got to give an account to God. You know what I'm saying? For the way I chose to live this life, I don't know how he fashioned nobody else, the way he wired nobody else. I know how he wired me, and I'm responsible for me. And I'm not suggesting and giving nobody advice to do life the way I do it, but I know. But then I also know my brothers are going to make sure that I don't go so far on that path past what God is asking me to consider. Like, God didn't ask you to be a doormat, bro. You know, because I will go past that point, but you guys bring me back into, you know, a place of reasonable responsibility, and that's one thing I definitely appreciate about y'all.
And that goes on the other side of the spectrum too. Just with me dealing with and working on this whole these whole anger issues, especially when driving. And I tell Kerry all the time, like, man, I almost hopped out the car today. And he has these conversations where, you know, it's just to reel you back in. Sometimes you could get so far gone and you don't realize it. But when you have people like the people that are supposed to be in your circle, like the ones that are in mine, that can reel you back in, like you got too much going, you know, you got to think about this, you got to think about that, you know what I mean? Because sometimes in the moment, and even on Donnie's end of the spectrum, in the moment, sometimes you're not thinking about that. You're just thinking about what's in that moment, and you know, for Donnie, it may be trying to help or trying to You know what I mean? Whether it be I don't want to call it counseling, but is that what you do?
Coaching,
whether it be coaching, whatever the case may be. Sometimes he may have to get reeled back in, like you're investing too much of yourself into this situation. You know what I mean? It's just sometimes it a lot of times for me it's hard. Well, sometimes it's hard to hold yourself accountable, and that's why I really appreciate this circle, because you have men and women inside your circle that when you don't see it, they see it. You know what I mean? It's almost like an extra set of eyes. Like I'm looking at life, but I can't see all of life. I can't see the life behind me or sometimes in my peripheral. But that's why you got your circle to be like, hey, you missed that, or hey, I saw you did that. Good job. You know what I mean? It makes life a lot easier.
You know, man, sometimes it's like this. I don't start nothing with nobody. I'm not the type of person that starts shit. I don't start shit with nobody.
Mike said you was starting shit at the Buffalo Wild Wings.
What was I starting?
You was trying to fight with all them people in the table.
All the Mexicans.
No, I wasn't starting anything, but I'm just like,
I finished that shit.
Nah. I wasn't starting nothing with nobody.
That was one of your I wish a nigga would nights.
That was just rooting for somebody, and I was rooting for the other person.
You didn't even know neither one of them. You just wanted to be adversarial.
Damn.
But I wasn't. But listen. Even with that, I wasn't being disrespectful to them. I wasn't getting out of line like, fuck that, your person gonna get his ass whooped and you motherfuckers are stupid for. No, I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I don't start nothing with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I keep to myself. But
why was that? He was ready. He was ready.
I don't start nothing with nobody. But on the same token, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like people to just feel like they can do and say whatever the hell they want to and just don't think that nothing comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just like sometimes, man, like you push people. You know what I'm saying? You never know, you know what I'm saying, what a person is thinking, what a person is going through. And don't think you can just say some slick shit and they're just supposed to just go just untreated. Like if you gonna fix your mouth to say some slick shit, then deal with whatever comes with the slick shit that you're gonna say.
I think when I think about that, man, I'm again, I want to lean towards, and Carrie knows I've chosen violence multiple times, but I want to lean towards the side to see if vengeance really is the Lord's. I really want to lean and just experience and see if that really is his role in situations like that. I want to have that kind of patience and faith to withhold and practice some self-control and see, God, will you stand up in this situation in a way that you told me not to?
Sometimes God gives you the power to do it at that moment.
All right.
God, hey, listen, let me tell you something. God let Samson kill all them people with the jawbone of an axe. Jesus himself got pissed off and flipped the table over.
What Bible are you reading?
Man, in the temple when Jesus said, look, you want me to show you how he did it? He did like it.
No, bro, don't do it, bro, don't flip your podcast table. Just
for whatever reason, it happened. For whatever reason, it happened, right? So sometimes vengeance is the Lord's, and that vengeance is I'm gonna give you the power right now to handle this situation at the.
All right. Well,
that's why I love y'all.
Are y'all ready for the next one?
We have to be at this point. We have to be ready.
Exactly. So I decided to take my son's father off of child support because it was causing turmoil in our co-parenting relationship. Recently, I looked up a few places for him to get his CDL so that he could possibly start his own trucking company, or he can even carry loads and make money for himself. What I decided was, you know what, Brittany, let me change my mindset. Let me help us take care of our child. And that's co-parenting.
False. Wow. Fucking false.
How funny.
Hey.
No, Mike just went through the screen and slapped that lady like
Hey,
look at this.
hey, y'all be talking about me. Y'all be talking about me, but this brother right there.
Look at his face.
Wow. I'll be,
bitch.
That ain't it, man. That ain't it.
So we clearly not. We don't all stand in agreement on this one. We don't all stand. Mike, you want? Do you have more words besides false?
Because oh man, a man. I'll start with this part. I'll start with the first part. A man is never going to be a man if he has a woman always doing everything for him. If my mama always washed my clothes, always cooked for me, always, did the dishes for all of my life, when I move out of her house, what am I gonna know how to do? Nothing. Not a damn thing. I'm not gonna know how to do laundry. I'm not gonna. Yes.
Go ahead, finish. I'm waiting.
Yes. I'm not gonna know how to do laundry, or I'm not gonna know how to cook my own meals because she's never afforded me the chance to do that on my own or anything, or show me how to do it. And so what it seems like is, from what I gathered from what this young lady was saying in the video, is that in her mind, because this first of all, I don't know this man, but it seems like he wasn't really doing his job. So I'm gonna call him an ain't shit nigga, because that's how I feel about dudes that don't take care of their kids. So this ain't shit nigga wasn't doing anything to provide for his son or daughter. So in her mind, what I'm gonna do is, since he won't do it, then I'll do all the work for him, because he's not doing it. So I'll do the work for him. I'll figure out some classes he can take to get his CDL. And I'll do this. I'll try to find this and try to find that. And help is fine, but doing stuff for somebody, that ain't it. That don't make nobody stronger. If me and Carrie went to the gym together, right, and he lifted all my weights for me, would I ever get big? No, because he's doing all the work.
I got a question.
Go ahead, because I got some hot rocks, buddy.
So first off, she never said he wasn't doing anything. She said that she decided to take him off of child support based on the progression of being able to help them as a collective. Now, me being a co-parent who co-parents with someone who I didn't always make the best decisions when it came to my own life. My decisions started to become way better in the past 11 years based on my son. I'm saying that to say you're absolutely right about not doing the work. However, what if he decided to make, because who Mike is right now, who Mike is to Janae, Mike was not to Shinkashay. You get what I'm saying? There's growth. There is change.
But who Mike was to Denim, Mike was that from day one. We talk about kids though. We talk about relationships. We talk about co-parenting.
I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is there's development. There's development as a father. The things that you did 5 years ago, you make better decisions in regard. Okay,
I always provided though. We talking about provision. Always provided.
We're not talking about. Are we talking about providing or better provision?
No, we're talking about providing. In this, we're talking about providing.
Did she say he wasn't providing at all, or did she say?
Do I need to run the video back?
Yeah, run it back.
All right.
Can you find it?
So I decided to take my son's father off of child support because it was causing turmoil in our co-parenting relationship. Recently, I looked up a few places for him to get his CDL so that he could possibly start his.
So she said causing turmoil. The turmoil, wait, God damn it, tall one. I'm saying that turmoil could be, I don't have enough to pay for my bills and cover the things that you should be covering as the father. Because at one point in my life, I didn't have the ability to pay for the things that I have the ability to pay for with CJ. And they were causing issues because Kiana needed to do certain things that I didn't have the ability to help her do. Who I am now and what I have the ability to do now based on the changes that I made as a man, because I had different opportunities or different abilities or different structure, it's still development. So it doesn't necessarily mean that, what do you want, one with hair?
To me, in my humble opinion, and of course, how I'm saying this is definitely no shade to you.
Gotcha.
Definitely no shade to any other father out there. But If you're not financially prepared to have a kid, stop fucking.
How about it wasn't that I wasn't financially able?
I'm not talking. I already said I wasn't talking about you, but even with this man, if child support creating turmoil, or if you can't afford to take care of your child the way the child needs to be taken care of, then nigga, you shouldn't be having children.
So Mike, should I not have a car because gas is?
Hold on, can I add this? Somebody said she said that she looked up the classes, not him.
Yeah,
she said she looked up.
Why she got to do anything?
That wasn't something he was interested in. We're going by what she said. We haven't had a conversation with the other man.
Listen. Check this out. I'm gonna address a couple points here. Number one, I live by myself. I do all the cooking, all the cleaning. That shit is overrated. So do I want somebody to do it for me? Fuck yes, I do. It ain't about not having somebody. It ain't about having somebody do this for you. Do it. Do I want somebody to do it for me? Absolutely, I do. Do I want to come home and have to cook and clean and do everything? Absolutely, I want somebody else to do it for me. And that ain't being lazy. That ain't being nothing. That's just I would prefer somebody else to do it for me. Period. Point blank. Now, when it comes to this man on this child support, you have absolutely no idea what this man was paying. You have absolutely no idea how this man was getting ran through child support. Just because he's paying child support don't mean that it's fair on his part. It could be outrageous. It could be just so crazy. He could be taking care of his child the best way he can. He could be saying, okay, you know what? We're not together. I have my own household to run also, but I am going to take care of my child. But what you're requiring me to pay based on the money that so-called I make before taxes, they're taking so much more money out of my check for child support. I see certain things get like happening over and over and over again just because I make this money on paper. You know what I'm saying? Before taxes and everything else don't mean that I can afford to pay you so many $1,000s a month because the state is requiring me to do it. So if you're putting this man in a financial in a situation where he's not even able to maintain himself. You know what I'm saying? I've seen several situations to where men have to go back and live with their parents because child support is so high based on what he's making on paper. And quite frankly, it's not even a lot of times what this is for child support, what they're awarded is not what it costs to raise the baby. It's not what it costs to contribute to that child. A lot of times it's like, dude, my kid don't cost so many $1,000s a month. Let me take care of my kid. I'm not backing away from my kid at all. But sometimes situations happen to where it's just like, okay, you know what? Based on this, based on that, we're just going to make you pay this amount of money. And I don't give a shit what you got to say, what else you got to do with it. Who knows what this man's situation is? Everything that we're talking about right now is just assumptions based on what this woman is saying, hey, you know what? I chose to take him off of child support. She's doing something that's going to better not just the family, but her.
Yeah, Dub, I understand everything you're saying. However, what you guys are missing is she said she took him off for whatever it was becoming a grievance as far as the parenting was concerned. So she took him off. And when she took him off, she didn't say, you know, that it made life easier for him just because she said she had to go find a nigga a job. That's my issue. Trying to find so he can get his CDL license, so he could do XYZ. That's my issue right there. It's not the child support. It's not taking him off of child support. It's not that he couldn't pay the child support. It's the fact that when she took you off, you know what I mean? It seems like because we're talking about he could have made so much money on paper. So why she got to help find him a job if he made so much money?
So again, I agree with what you're saying. If that's the case about her having to find him a job, there's no initiative. And that, again, when you said earlier,
that was my only argument.
And I was just saying that I can't assume that there's no initiative because we haven't heard the other side of it. So when you said that it was, you know what I'm saying, bullshit, we're all, those are actually all four of us, because we're all parenting in some way, shape, form, or fashion. We all do what you are a parent to a lot of people.
Y'all my only kids. I'm good.
Jesus Christ.
So let me ask you something, Mike. Let me ask you a question.
Now I'm embarrassed.
Has a woman ever helped you in any form of fashion on finding employment, finding work, finding financial opportunities?
Brother, listen, I was the dude that was sitting on the couch playing Xbox when the woman came, and she let me finish. And what she did was she was looking for jobs for me, sending me jobs, filling out, doing my resume for all that. So I've been on both sides because I know I wasn't an ain't shit nigga.
But I'm not talking about the ain't shit nigga part. I'm talking about since you've been doing anything, like since you've been a man. Like since you've been a man,
not so I could provide. No, not so I could provide.
It's not just about provision. It's not just about provision.
But that's what the video was about. We got to stick to the video. The video.
Okay, but who knows his other avenues that he was trying? She just talked about one. She talked about what she did. Right. That could have been a financial avenue that he probably wasn't even considering. He probably had his other endeavors that he was trying to say, okay, you know what? Well, what about this? What about that? It's probably something that he probably wasn't even considering.
I feel that.
So I decided to take my son's father off of child support because
I just wanted to know if we can have a little bit of conversation just about we talk about mindset shift. And if you look at what Dub said earlier in the show about consequences, whatever they disagreement and their grievances is, there's a kid, and the mindset shift was with the hope, no matter how unhealthy, how toxic, how enabling it was, the mindset shift was like, yo, so that we could better co-parent. Sometimes that's the best you can get out of a situation you've gotten yourself in. Do I agree with what she chose to do and what he's choosing to do? I don't know, but I am pro mindset shifts. That's all I know. The rest of that, I mean, I'm gonna let y'all handle it because I don't have no kids. I never been put on child support. I think I'm leaning more towards what Mike is saying. But I'm still open to hearing the rest of the discussion.
For me, I also agree with that too, because for me, the betterment of it, even having a son who is thousands of miles away from me, the benefit in him being far is I'm happy with the security that my child has. It cost me $1,000 just to see his face. However, the decision that me and his mother made was a benefit for him. And no matter what it affected for Kiana and Carrie, CJ needs to be the benefactor. So when I look at that and I see that she said that the benefits of this is helping him to help us, I've already fucked up and made this situation bad. I've already had a situation, and I'm not referring to me, I'm referring to them. I didn't deal with that, but neither did Kiana. But for someone else, you've already made a piss poor decision. So are you going to continue to dig this deeper? Or at some point, are you going to go, I need to level this out and make this benefit because we can't go backwards. I got more days behind me than I do in front of me.
I mean, honestly, I think they just going to work it out and get back together. Y'all want to get back to the next video? It sounds like one of those. We're gonna work it out. He gonna get his CDL. She gonna be like, oh, I already knew you had it in you. And they gonna get back together. Kids gonna be happy. They're gonna have a set of twins.
A set of twins.
We're gonna have a set of twins next. Yeah, gotta get a private license after that to fly planes or something. I don't know what you're gonna help him with next, but that nigga's he's in favor of hers all over his life. What? Y'all got time for another one or no?
No, we got time for another one.
All right.
It's only 149.
Okay.
If you're depressed, if you're anxious, you're not weak, you're not crazy, you're not in the main a machine with broken parts. You're a human being with unmet needs.
Yeah.
One more time.
Golly.
If you're depressed, if you're anxious, you're not weak, you're not crazy, you're not in the main a machine with broken parts. You're a human being with unmet needs.
That's how you wanted to end the show, huh?
Tap in, fellas.
Sheesh.
We talk about on this show all the time that your best life comes from your best decisions, and your best decisions come from your best mental state. And one of my friends said something really powerful 2 weeks ago, and I came on the show and I told y'all last week, people are not okay. When you look at the pandemic and so many different issues and traumas and situations people have gone through that are still unaddressed, so many people are walking around with trapped emotions, and every emotion releases a specific chemical into the body, and people are living out illnesses and diseases because they haven't addressed what's been happening to them through this social distancing, through these forced mandates of vaccine shots, or through them losing their job, or through people having to sit at home with someone that they thought they married, they didn't really want to marry, and end up having to get a divorce, or find that they don't really like their kids, or they don't really like themselves. And people are wondering if it's okay to say that I hate the life that I've created for myself. I don't like you. I don't like my kids, even though it's not socially accepted. This is how I feel. And sometimes we feel like we got to lie and act like everything is okay, or be this robot. And what he's saying in this video that I love is that, listen, you have unmet needs. And that was the last line. I think the next line needs to be, now put a plan in place to get those needs. Put a plan in place to get those needs met.
Sometimes it's a mirror that needs to be put in place, because sometimes those unmet needs are your fault. They're things that you don't meet for yourself, and you allow other people to not meet the needs because you're not meeting them yourself. You've just decided to take these things because other people have made you feel, or you've made you feel less than. There is a decision that has to be made at that point for change. And I think sometimes we don't want to admit that we need to make this change, because there's so much that comes with that responsibility.
Well, let's go back to the conversation about like Will and about Kanye West and about these other brothers, Tyrone or Tyson, what's his name? Tyrese Gibson, just having these breakdowns. Tyrone, I don't know the brother, another black man struggling with some stuff in society. The struggle is that, man, if I expose this, then I'm gonna be seen as weak. If I let it out that I feel this type of way, I'm going to be called, a Debbie Downer, or I'm going to be called weak, or I need to man up. And it's sometimes honestly, that doesn't register in your mind. All your mind is saying like, damn it, I have a need that needs to be met. Maybe it's a hug. I put on my Facebook page the other day, 3 things you need is good sleep, enough water, and laughter. Those are like 3 essential things for me. Sometimes it could be that simple. Sometimes it is therapy. Sometimes it is an actual hug. The other day, Carrie sent a text to the group, and I said, look, you need some bro time, just come by. We ain't got to talk, just come kick it, hang out. But all I'm saying is that if nobody else on this conversation, as far as the audience knows this, brothers, if we have a need, this place is safe. Ain't nobody gonna call you weak here.
And I think that was my biggest culture shock, if you will, me being the newest addition to the circle, was how safe it is. Because I got into it, and initially my only safe space was with Carrie, right? I tell we cry, yada yada yada, but I didn't unleash that in front of you guys because it just wasn't something that, even growing up, friends that I had, it was you cry when you get home and you get in your room by yourself. That's your time to let the tears go, or to yell, or to scream, or to punch the wall, or whatever it is you need to do. And then getting into this circle is really freed me up in so much of a way. I'm now free enough to express certain feelings that I didn't express before with my son. Mm-hmm. So now he's seeing, you know what I mean? He comes over there, Dad, why are you crying? And he starts crying. And it could be something I'm happy about. It could be something I'm sad about. But just him seeing that, okay, emotions are good. They're normal. They're healthy. It's okay if I'm feeling, and I tell him, it's okay if I'm feeling upset. That's fine. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to huff and puff and all of that. But, after you do all that, get it together and figure out what's going on. So like Donnie said, so now we can put this plan together and figure out how we make things better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Last night.
That's it. That's the whole song.
Together.
We cried together.
Yeah, just
that's what you thought of.
Nah, crying is one of those things to where it's I know I need to, but it's hard to come out. You know what I'm saying? It just it hasn't,
like when you constipated. Your eyes is constipated.
Yeah,
Your eyes stupid.
Hey,
tell him, Earl, he got that dumb spirit.
Hey, he got that real dumb spirit. hey, you need to pray that dumb spirit away. Yeah, it's one of them things, man. You know what I mean? It's definitely I definitely encourage people to really be honest, man. Be honest with yourself, and like, look, if something is hurting you, just say it. It's hurting you. This bothers me. This, you know what I'm saying. This that, you know what I mean. Even though I don't cry often, I will still let you know something bothers me, and you know what I'm saying. Something hurts me or something don't feel right. So I just, don't feel like you gotta shelter anything. You don't feel like you gotta sugarcoat anything. Just, it is what it is. Say, look, this is how I'm feeling. You motherfuckers piss me off. I don't like that right now.
I want to add this piece because something that Dubs, Carrie said. Carrie said that it could be your fault. That means that's great if it's your fault because that means there's something you can do about it. And putting a plan in place. On the way to Oceanside today, me and Dub were having a great conversation, and I read a little bit of this book to him. It was story time in the car ride, and this is exploring the yoga's ethical practices. It's about nonviolence, truthfulness, non-stealing, non-excess, and non-possessiveness, purity, contentment, self-discipline, self-study, and surrender. So this is the kind of stuff me and Errol do when we on car rides together. We read and we have discussion. And so we're talking in this portion of this book. I was telling about a portion I read about purity and how you want to purify your mind, body, and your soul, mind, body, and spirit, and how you can do that through going to the gym. You can do that through cleaning out your closet. You can do that through, having an actual cleanse of your body, your colon or whatnot. But what happens is that a lot of times we're clogged. And he said that when there's a beautiful divine energy at the core of us, but it can't come up and come out because we've allowed so much of life and the way the world does life to sit inside of us and weigh it down. But when you get clear, he said your energy rises to the top, and you do relationships differently. You do self-care differently. You do love differently. You do your job differently. There's a different vibration. There's a different light, and these are biblical practices as well. And we talked about how something as simple as exposing yourself to the fact that you can look at life a whole different way that can start to help you meet your own needs. Some people are living in devastation and depression because they don't know that there's another option. They have never met people. Like Mike said, they have never met another group of men who they can be vulnerable with, so they don't think it exists.
Yeah.
They've never been in an environment where someone accepted them for who they truly are. So they think the whole world has rejected them and no one out there will accept them. Exposure is the key. My mentor told me that exposure comes before promotion. So get around people that you like and you want to be like to a certain degree. Let them expose you. Like you guys hear me on the show talk about often. Like, that's not my reality. I've seen these kind of people you're talking about, but I've seen these kind of people too. And that's what helps me to understand that everybody's not like this. Every woman's not like this. Every man's not like this. Every relationship isn't like this. Every job isn't like this, because I've seen another side of the coin, because I've got with people who I could trust and they expose me to things. Sometimes it's the book you read. You can't just listen to these same old sad songs on the radio or keep reading the same posts on Instagram and Facebook and expect to have a mindset shift that's going to help you start to meet your own needs. So if anything happened on this show tonight, we hope you were exposed to another side of the coin, or maybe this book is something you can get to help you identify, like Carrie said, how to start meeting your own needs so you don't have to live in that space, because it's not your final destination. There's more. Carrie?
I have found that the greatest thing about this circle are the two things that you just said. And when trying to find your circle and trying to find yourself and to find where you fit, you have some people that will expose you. You have some people that will let you know it's okay to not be okay. Oh, but good God from Zion, you have people that will expose you. And when you realize that you're not okay, they help you be okay with not being okay. The combination of the two is something that helps to balance, because we get exposed to these things that we know or don't know about ourselves. And then we fall into a slump because now we're not okay with what we know about ourselves. We're not okay with what we recognize about some of the things that are not the healthiest, that are not the greatest, that hinder us from actually going to therapy, because we know that we probably should, but we don't go because we're not okay with the level of exposure of what is happening, because we don't, dealing with that is the hardest part. For some people, it's not the actual exposure, it's the dealing with the exposure, or the dealing with the fact that whatever I've exposed is not, I'm now not okay in this. I love the fact that my circle will say, okay, try these skates on. You can skate. It's okay. And if you can't skate, when you fall, I'll pick you up. And that's what I feel like we do on this show. Sometimes we think we're skating and we're not. That for me, therapy in recent weeks has been better. I don't expose and this is something just a personal note. I don't expose even to the closest people when I see my therapist, how I see my therapist, what I talk to about my therapist. I try to apply, but Mike knows that if I'm having a problem, or Donnie knows if I'm having a problem with the adjustment, I will then speak upon it. I'm saying that to say the benefits of it come from acceptance. Like, it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to be exposed. What you do with it is where the benefit falls in.
One of my friends just texted me and they said, don't forget though that if you are having a weak moment, in your weakness, that's where God's strength shows up. So even though however you translate it, I don't want people to believe that being depressed is a sign of weakness. But if you ever do feel weak, like I've had moments where I've just given in to temptation. I've, just really felt like, man, I just did not rise to the occasion. And in my weakness, his strength always shows up. And so we're advocates for prayer. We're advocates for fasting. We're advocates for Sabbath. We're advocates for therapy. We're advocates for circles. We're advocates for communication. We're advocates for honesty and authenticity. And we're advocates for you watching the show. So we thank you for showing up every Sunday, 8 p.m. Pacific, YouTube Live and Facebook Live.
Oh,
but
that was smooth.
Did you like it?
Golly, that was so smooth.
Come on,
that
man.
transition was so clean.
You ain't saying nothing slick to a can of oil. Come on. Oh yeah, fellas, y'all got anything y'all want to add, man? I should read this text to the whole audience, Mike.
Yeah, we're transparent here.
And you know why I'm not? Because we don't expose each other like that. Y'all wish.
That shit ran
Y'all
off.
wish. Shut up.
Jeez.
So what the thing was, technically, I birthed this.
And you abandoned it. So
he the ain't shit nigga I've been talking about, huh?
Damn. We found out we got this nigga carry a CDL trying to make this nigga take care of his own show.
You goddamn right.
Goddamn, we are enablers.
What y'all doing tonight? Because I
ain't gonna be there. We are enablers, man. Ladies and gentlemen, real talk. If y'all want to find some help, understand help can be fun, man. You guys see us on this show every Sunday. We talk about some serious stuff. We get into it. Sometimes we cry, but there's always we found such a safe place that we can go from tears to anger to sadness to joy to freedom to liberation, all in the same conversation. You want to find something like that. Maybe this is the path to helping you find. You never know who you're going to find in therapy or in a support group. So call this number, 1-800-854-7771. 1-800-854-7771. Get the help that you need. It actually might help you end up just being a better friend to the people who are already around you. Maybe you have a good circle. You just haven't learned how to really release the potential inside of those people around you. I've been knowing a lot of y'all for years, and it wasn't until we got intentional or until I got exposed to something and we got intentional that the circle actually was able to form, like the Avengers. We was out fighting crime on our own, that we came together and learned how to really bond. So again, man, this could be you. We could be you. If you want to be like us, I'm just kidding. No, not really. But 1-800-854-7771. We love y'all, and we hope you will enjoy.
Is this what you were trying to get exposed to, Donnie? You were talking about exposure. You trying to expose yourself to her?
I saw somebody 2 weeks ago look better than that. But how you doing?
Every time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get out of here. Oh, can you repeat the name of the book? All right, I'm good. Pray for me. The Yamas and the Niyamas. I need to go ahead and put this in the chat because showing up.
Yeah.
Hey, wasn't the first chapter called Asparagus?
It wasn't called Asparagus, man. Ravina, get on the show and tell these people how to say the doggone name of the she. You
Was
know,
it-
she from India, so she understands.
It was either asparagus or apparatus, huh?
Not apparatus.
Exploring yoga's ethical practice. All right, shoot me a DM if you can't find it. That's it for us tonight, man. That is it for us tonight, gentlemen. Y'all got anything else y'all want to share?
No.
I appreciate the transparency as usual. I appreciate how everybody has their own individual thoughts about certain topics, and we don't always have to agree. And I think that's what I love most about this show, because Deb could say something, it may trigger a light bulb for me that I didn't think about yesterday. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, definitely helps.
Man, that's good. Dub, you got anything to add?
No, I don't have anything to add. I'm just volunteering Mike to pray us out.
Father God, we just come before you right now, and we just want to thank you. Thank you for your blessings. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you for your mercy, and we thank you for your kindness, Lord. For everybody that's watching, and even those that are not, Lord, we thank you for your protective angels that will surround us throughout the week coming up, Lord. We thank you that you will keep us safe, our family members, friends, and loved ones, Lord. We thank you that if anybody's dealing with any type of mental issues or even health issues, Lord, that you just help them to be healed from those things, Lord, and show them that you are the only way that they can do this thing called life, Lord. We thank you, we praise you for all that you have done and all that you will do. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Man, amen. Carrie, you just got back. You got any final words before we close out for the night?
Thank you for coming out. God bless. Good night.
Don't forget the maybe, baby.
Girls, stay rooted. I done plant my seeds, now I'm rooted. Brown skin popping, I'm rooted. And pull the hood out me, I'm rooted. Rooted, nappy head rooted. I done plant my seeds, now I'm rooted. This bitch.
May this help. Will this help you?
Don't forget the maybe, baby. Don't forget the maybe, baby.
All I'm saying is we need to get in the studio.
It's showtime.
Welcome to another episode of Maybe This Will Help.